Hey guys, so I am ready to get out of these walls for the day. I managed to make the breakfast and I also managed to study, which is a plus. So basically, today I was just focusing on just putting in place a bit of a routine, some notes, some tools to help me get back into study mode. Yay! So I managed to do a bit on strategy. So probably tomorrow, Sunday though. I'm not a huge fan of doing anything on Sunday, but I'll try and do something on introduction to finance. So I'm going to watch Michael. So this movie is based out of Michael Jackson's life. So I have a little bit of a story to tell about Michael Jackson. So I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s and a little bit of the 2000s, early 2000s. And Michael Jackson was a huge deal to my cousins and I. I was very close to my cousins from my dad's side, and we used to create these productions for our grandparents every time we linked up during school holidays. And I had one cousin who's actually in the arts now. She's doing very well. She used to be like our production director, basically tells us this is what you're gonna do, this is where I need you to sit, this is what you're gonna say, this is how you're gonna dance. And she was so gifted and we just went with the flow. And towards end of each show, our grandparents, my grandfather and my grandmom, will then give us sweets in the form of marshmallows and throw these cute little signs of, wow, guys, well done. And Michael Jackson was quite a big deal. And I think not just because of his talent in music, but we were crazy about how he used to dance. I never, I tried my best to learn the moonwalk, but in my head it was moonwalking. But yeah, anyway, I don't think it was actually moonwalking. But yeah, so my cousin also, she is a dancer. So she would choreograph and help us with our steps. And Michael Jackson would obviously, with everything that happened with regards to his life, towards the end of his life, there's this thing where, especially if you grew up watching Michael Jackson from the time he was a child to the time he was an adult, there's things where we just refuse to believe. Okay, there's a sense of of innocence and character that lives with the person, that no matter how much people try to diminish the person's character, it doesn't work. You can try to make a person look like the worst thing since whatever, and it won't work because that person, from their purest and purest of intentions, they are a good person. And I honestly believe that Michael Jackson was a good person, regardless of whatever social media and media tried to make him paint him out to be. He was a man who was very, very gifted, and everybody wanted a piece of him, right? And I can only imagine when you become so famous at such a young age, where everyone, even those who are the closest to you in a form of peers, celebrities as well, wanted a piece of you. And being the kind hearted kid that you are, that you were, you offered. And sometimes you offered it to people who did not mean well for you. And this goes to say, even with Whitney Houston, yes, she wasn't perfect, but she had a lot of people who surrounded her who actually just wanted what she had, wanted her gifts, wanted the access that she could provide them, right? And that's the crazy thing about life, is that sometimes you really wonder, excuse me, if people want you for your gifts, or they want you for what you have, or they want you just for who you are. And it takes like maturity, observing, realizing if someone is actually means good for you or they mean harm for you. But anyway, in honor of Michael Jackson, I'm going to go watch Michael. And I look forward to watching this movie because of like all the press about Michael has been very good. and all the feedback, the reviews have been good. My favorite actors are there, Nia Long and many others. So we're gonna watch Michael. And yeah, I'll tell you all about it when I get back.